Hello everyone, welcome to Control Systems Lectures. In this lecture I am going to talk about the steady state analysis of control systems. This is the second part of steady state analysis. In the previous part I had talked about various aspects of steady state analysis of the control systems. So when you are considering the steady state analysis, the most important parameter that we look up to is the final steady state error of the control system. Okay, so if you have any generic control system, here you can see that this is representing a general control system having unity feedback path, or I can write that here HS value is equal to 1. Okay, so for this system, if you want to find out the steady state error, by steady state we mean that in time domain the error of the system when this time tends to infinite. Okay, in time domain we defined it as the error which is there in the system when time tends to infinity, that we'll call as the steady state error. So this is in time domain. If the same thing you apply it in the Laplace domain, then you just have to apply final value theorem to it. The final value theorem says that if in time domain if you take it as the limit to be taken as infinite, then in frequency domain you just multiply it Es by S, and the limit should be taken as tending to 0, S tending to 0. So if you apply this, then you can find out the steady state error of the system in the Laplace domain as well. Okay. Now error of the system, we can define the error of the system that it lies over here. This is what is the error of the system. It's basically the difference between the input and the output. So output we are feeding it back, and the input. If you want to find out this difference, this is the difference that is equal to the steady state error of the system. And if very easily it's easy to solve this, that what is going to be the value. So if you find out the value of this error, it's going to come out as equal to Rs divided by 1 plus Gs into Hs. Of course the value of Hs over here is to be taken as 1. So this is going to be the steady state error, that is the expression of Es. If you want to find out the steady state error in Laplace domain, then remember you have to multiply it by this Es with S and take the limit of S tending to 0. Then that value will depict the steady state error in the Laplace domain. Okay. Next, here you can see that we have this function. This function is Gs into Hs. This we call it generally as the OLTF, or the open loop transfer function of any system. Open loop transfer function is represented as Gs into Hs. Okay, and this Gs and Hs, this Gs can be any value. Okay, this can be a function having various zeros in the numerator, having various poles in the denominator. Hs we are taking it as 1. So if I want to write a general equation or general expression of GSHs, then I can write it as equal to some, it can have some constant value k. Okay, then it can have some zeros in the numerator. This is the generalized equation that I can say for any given system. So it can have certain values of 0 in the numerator, it can have some poles in the denominator which can lie at different places. It can lie at P1 minus P2 minus P3, and there can be several poles which are lying at the origin of the system. Okay, so my GSHs value, the function of GSHs or equation of GS, expression of it can be written as this. Okay, this is a general expression. And if I want, then we talked about type of system in the previous lecture. Type of the system is defined as the total number of poles lying at the origin of an open loop transfer function. That is, we are talking about OLTF, the same thing. Okay, so how many poles are lying at the origin? We are talking about poles, and poles of a system also always they are in the denominator of the expression. So here you can see that we have several number of poles in the denominator of this open loop transfer function, but those lying at origin, we can say that we have s to the power of n. That means we can say that n is the number of poles lying at the origin. Okay, so this value of n will define the type of the system. Suppose if the system is having no poles at the origin, then this can be written as s to the power 0. Then we'll call that system as type 0 system. If this value, if there is only one pole lying at the origin, then I can take this s to the power of 1. So there is one pole lying at origin, we'll call that system as type 1 system. Similarly, s to the power 2, type 2 system, s to the power 4, type 4 system, and so on. And I had also explained that type and order of any system, they are different. By type of any system, we define it as the total number of poles lying at the origin. While the order of any open loop transfer function, if you want to find out, then it will be the total number of poles in the system. So total number of poles, or you can say the highest power of s in the transfer function of any system, that will be the order of the system. So order and type, they are two different things. Type is only defined for your open loop transfer function. Another important point that I want to tell is that when you are having any system and when you want to find out the error of any system, then we will be considering only stable systems. We'll find out the error for only stable systems, because for unstable systems you cannot find the error. It's going to be any value, it can be infinite also. So we find out steady state analysis only for stable systems. We do not do this analysis for unstable systems. That is another important point. So we'll move forward from here. We'll find out the errors for different types of systems, and as you can see over here that the expression of error, it consists of RS also, and it consists of GSHS also. So we can say that this error ES is actually a function of RS as well as it's a function of GSHS. So even if you change the input of the system, the error can change. If you change the type of the system, then also the error will change. So let's see how we can do it. So first of all, we'll take different inputs, and then for those inputs we'll change the type of the system, and then we can analyze that how the error of the system is going to change. Okay, so let's move forward from this point. First of all, let us take first we'll take the input as unit step. By unit step we mean we are going to take ut as the input, or in the Laplace domain we can take this as 1 by s. So we'll take unit step input and we'll apply it to the formula that we have written above. So the steady state error is given as limit s tending to 0, s multiplied by rs. So rs we are taking as 1 divided by s divided by 1 plus gs into hs. Okay. So from here, this s and this s will get cancelled, hence we will have limit s tending to 0, 1 divided by 1 plus gs hs. Okay, so we cannot apply this limit in, this is a constant, this is a constant, so I can also write this as 1 divided by 1 plus limit s tending to 0 gs hs. Okay, this also I can write it. Now this value that you are going, this value that you are seeing over here, this actually is known as the static position error constant or Kp. So let me change the heading over here. We are taking the input as the unit step input, and now we are defining static, position error constant, or this is also known as Kp. This is also known as Kp. So we define this value that we are getting over here. This value is defined as the Kp, or the static position error constant of any system. This is the static position error constant of the system. So I can write Kp as equal to limit s tending to 0 gs hs. Of course this value of h is equal to 1. Okay, now hence I can write again, I can rewrite steady state error as equal to 1 divided by 1 plus Kp when we have applied the input as the unit step input. So this steady state error we are getting when we have applied input as the unit step input. Input is unit step input. Fine. Now till now we have not considered what is the type of the system. We have just taken GSHS, we have applied input as unit step input, we applied it to the formula, and we did not consider what kind of system it is, what is the type of the system. So let me describe next the type of any system. We will take first of all type of the system as 0. So we are going to take 0 type system. For type 0 system, as I had written the generalized equation of type 0 type of the system. Okay, the type of the system, it's given over here. GSHS, generalized k into some zeros divided by h to the power n divided by some poles. Okay, so hence I can say, for if I want to describe this GSHS, it will be k into some zeros in the system divided by s to the power what, divided by some poles. Now if I want to say that system is type 0, that means here the number of poles lying at the origin, the power of it should be equal to 0. As no pole is lying at origin, hence this s to the power, what should be the power of s over here, it should be equal to 0. This is my type 0 system. This is how it will look like. This can be some z1 s plus z2 s plus z3 and so on, and it can be s plus p1 s plus p2, it can be any value. Okay, but what we are concerned over here is what is the, how many number of poles are lying at the origin. Okay, so no poles are lying at the origin, then we'll say that this is your type 0 system. Now if for this steady state error that we are finding out, if the type of the system is type 0 system, then what is going to be the steady state error of the system. Okay, so then we can write that steady state error is 1 divided by 1 plus limit s tending to 0, we can have some k into same thing that you have written over here, divided by s to the power same thing that you have over here. Okay, now if you apply this, if you keep the value of s equal to 0, as s is tending to 0 in this equation, in this expression that you are getting over here, okay, then what is going to be the value of it? So if I just substitute the value of s is equal to 0 in all these expressions, this is actually equal to 1. Here also you keep 0, here also you keep 0, here also you keep 0. So we'll have some z1, z2, z3, z4 maybe. It will be some p1, p2, p3. Okay. So whatever value that you are getting over here, this I think it will become very clear to you. Whatever value that you will get from here, it is going to be a constant value. This is going to be a constant value. And as we had defined static position error as the same thing, this expression was the static error constant value. So this value, whatever you are getting, this is going to be a constant. Okay. Hence, for type 0 system, the static steady state error that you will get, it will be 1 divided by 1 plus, okay, whatever this is, let me take it as k. So this is the final steady state error for type 0 system. This is the final steady state error. Okay, and this k is a constant value, 1 divided by 1 plus k, again a constant value. So you will get a constant error, okay, when you have a type 0 system and you apply unit step input to it. Now things will change if you change the type of the system. How? Let me take the second case. We'll change the type of the system. We'll now switch to type 1 system. We are going to take type 1 system. Now if the system's type is 1, that means we have got the same steady state error expression, that is 1 divided by 1 plus limit s tending to 0 gs hs. I am not writing hs as that's equal to 1 actually. We are considering all the things for unity feedback system only. So if that is equal to 1, this is the expression. In this expression only we have to substitute the type of the system. Now if my type of the system changes, this is equal to 1. So again I am taking the same expression. It can have some number of zeros, s, z1, s plus z2, s plus z3. Okay. Now if I want to change the type of the system, this is going to be s to the power 1. Okay. Here again we'll have some number of poles in the system. Okay. Now what is static error constant? It is kp, and kp is what? Limit s tending to 0 gshs. Okay. Now here if you substitute s value as equal to 0 in this expression, then what is going to happen? This will become 0, this is going to become 0, this is going to become 0. Now this over here, this will also become 0. This will 0, this will be 0, this will be 0. All these s values are going to be, you are substituting values of s as equal to 0. Now here the denominator is having a pole at the origin, and if you apply this value that s is tending to 0, then this will also become equal to 0. This whole thing is going to have a constant value, but what about this? K divided by s, or something divided by s, and where s is equal to 0. So this becomes 1 divided by some constant value divided by 0. This whole expression is going to become equal to infinite, or I can say that kp value is going to become infinite when we are considering type 1 system. Okay, as soon as you switched from type 0 to type 1 system, the value of kp, it turns from constant value to an infinite value. And if this value becomes equal to infinite, then what is going to happen to the error? Error is 1 divided by 1 plus this kp. This value is actually kp, and kp is infinite. So this error is going to become equal to 0. 1 divided by 1 plus infinite, again it will be some infinite, and this 1 divided by infinite is going to be equal to 0. So is this good or bad? Because in case of type 0 system, the error was some constant error, and here we are getting the error as equal to 0. So is it good or bad? Definitely it's good. एरर कम हो रहा है तो ये तो बहुत अच्छी बात है. स्टेडी स्टेट में कोई एरर नहीं आ रहा है. दिस इज गुड फॉर द सिस्टम. सो वी कैन से दैट इफ यू आर अप्लाइंग, if the input is unit step, then go for type 1 system rather than going for type 0 system. Right? If you are having a type 0 system, then just convert it into type 1 system, because for type 0 system there is going to come some error, but for type 1 system you are getting the error as equal to 0. Take another type. We'll just switch to type 2. What if the system's type is 2? Okay, if the system's type is 2, that means this GSHS or GS, because HS is equal to 1, this will be again some zeros, some poles in the system, some constant value that can be there, and here the power of S is equal to 2. Now if you want to find Kp, Kp is going to limit S tending to 0. Okay, so this is going to become limit S tending to 0. Again, if you apply S tending to 0, if you apply the value of S as equal to 0 in this complete expression, then you will again see that there is some K, some constant value divided by S to the power 2. If you are applying S is equal to 0, then it's going to become K divided by 0. Again, it's going to be infinite. That's pretty obvious. अगर टाइप 1 में वो इनफाइनाइट आ रहा था, 2 में भी इनफाइनाइट ही आएगा, क्योंकि चेंज कुछ नहीं हो रहा है, आप बस इसकी वैल्यू 2 कर रहे हो. इट्स anyways becoming 0 only when you apply the limits, and something divided by 0 will become infinite. And then again, if you want to find out the error of the system, that's going to 1 divided by 1 plus Kp. It's going to become 1 divided by 1 plus infinite, that hence equal to 0. So for type 1 system also it will be 0, 2 also it will be 0, and all the other higher types, 3, 4, 5, any type of the system other than 0, type 0 system, the error is going to come as equal to 0 only. That is the conclusion. Okay, so let me draw a some table over here. I can write, okay, if there is some input that we are applying, and if I want to depict the type of the system. So input that we have applied over here is unit step or 1 by S. The type of the system, we took it as 0, we took it as 1, we took it as 2. It can be further increased also. So for type 0 system, the output that we got, it was 1 divided by 1 plus some constant value K. For type 1 system, it was error was 0. For type 2 system, the error was equal to 0. So this is happening, this all is happening when the input is unit step input. This is for unit step input. So we define the constant position or the static position constant Kp for unit step input. Okay. Next, let me change the input. These were the conclusions for unit step input. Now let me change the input. So now we are going to change the input, and we are going to take it as RAM. Input will be taking it as RAM. So for ramp input, the RS will be written as 1 by S square, because ramp means RT, it's equal to T. Actually, T ka Laplace, it's 1 by S square. Again, the same thing, we'll take the expression for steady state error. Steady state error is written as limit S tending to 0, S multiplied by RS, okay, divided by 1 plus GS HS. So RS is 1 by S square over here. Now if this is the expression, then just see, if this is the input, then this S and this S will get cancelled, or I'll get the steady state error as limit S tending to 0, 1 divided by S plus S into GS into HS. This 1 by S ये मैं डिनोमिनेटर में मल्टीप्लाई कर दी, तो ये एक्सप्रेशन आ गया. और आई कैन राइट, यहाँ पे हमने लिमिट लगाना है S टेंडिंग टू 0, ये इस पूरे एक्सप्रेशन में लगाना है. यहाँ पे अगर s की वैल्यू 0 कर देंगे तो दिस विल बिकम 0. ओके, हियर वी कैन नॉट डिटरमाइन कि ये वैल्यू 0 होगी कि नहीं होगी, बिकॉज इट विल डिपेंड ऑन द वैल्यू ऑफ GS एंड HS. So we can write this as 1 divided by, as this value is going to reduce to 0, hence I can write it as limit s tending to 0, s into GS into HS. And from here I define this another constant value, another constant term, which is known as your KV, or this is the static velocity error constant, static velocity error constant KV. And this is actually the same thing, that is we define it as limit s tending to 0. The expression that you are getting over here, this itself is represented as static velocity error constant. Okay, so your static velocity error constant is limit s tending to 0, s multiplied by GS into HS. Right? So you can write the steady state error as 1 divided by KV. This is going to be equal to 1 divided by KV. Now again we will take different types of the system. Let me take first of all the type of the system as type 0. If the system is of type 0 system, then that kind of system can be represented, GSHS value can be represented as, it can have some constant value, it can have some zeros in the system, it can have some poles in the system, but there are no zeros at the origin. So here the important thing is that s की पावर होती है, ये इसकी वैल्यू होती है 0. Now if you want to find out कि kV की वैल्यू क्या होगी, तो kV की वैल्यू क्या होगी, लिमिट s टेंडिंग टू 0 s मल्टीप्लाइड बाय GSHS. ये यहाँ पे यही चीज़ आपकी kV आ जाएगी. मैंने कुछ नहीं किया, ये जो एक्सप्रेशन था GSHS का, उसमें एक s मल्टीप्लाई कर दो एंड टेक लिमिट s टेंडिंग टू 0. दैट मीन्स ये जो हम जनरलाइज एक्सप्रेशन ले रहे हैं, इसमें s मल्टीप्लाई करके लिमिट s टेंडिंग टू 0. ओके, सो दिस s इज इक्वल s टू इफ द पावर 0, इसकी वैल्यू एक्चुअली 1 है. So now your expression is some constant value. Here if you apply s to the s tending to 0, you will get some constant value, and then to that one more s is getting multiplied. तो ये s की वजह से ये पूरा expression क्या हो जाएगा, this expression will become equal to 0. Hence for this you will get the value of kV as equal to 0. Okay, now what happens if the value of kV becomes equal to 0? Just see over here, हमारा error का value क्या है. Okay, जो steady state error क्या है for this case? It's 1 divided by kV. Now if this kV becomes equal to 0, that means that the steady state error becomes 1 divided by 0, or it becomes infinite. The steady state error is becoming infinite, not at all desirable. आप कभी नहीं चाहोगे कि आप कोई सिस्टम बना रहे हो उसमें स्टेडी स्टेट एरर आपका इनफाइनाइट आए. इस तरीके का सिस्टम हम कभी नहीं चाहेंगे. Hence never use any type 0 system with the input as the ramp input. For that definitely you are going to get the error as infinite. Next we will take ये नहीं तो फिर क्या, तो नेक्स्ट हम क्या करेंगे, टाइप 1 सिस्टम लगा के देखते हैं. व्हाट हैपन्स इफ वी आर यूजिंग टाइप 1 सिस्टम. टाइप 1 सिस्टम में क्या होगा, योर GSHS इट विल बी सम कांस्टेंट मल्टीप्लाइड बाय सम s plus z1 s plus z2 something like this. You can have these all are generalized expressions. मतलब ये बहुत ही ये सब किसी भी सिस्टम को रिप्रेजेंट करने की एक तरीका है. डिवाइडेड बाय यू कैन हैव सम पोल्स इन द सिस्टम. ओके, एंड इफ यू आर सेइंग दैट इट इज टाइप 1 सिस्टम, दैट मीन्स इट्स गोइंग टू बी हैविंग one pole at the origin, hence s to the power 1. Now if I want to define kV, then kV will be limit s tending to 0 s multiplied by this GSHS, or limit s tending to 0 s multiplied by this complete function. This is kV. Now here in the numerator, all these things, if you make s tending to 0, it's going to have some value, but here this s and this s will get cancelled. Hence you can easily interpret it that this whole thing will become some constant value k. This whole thing will become some constant value, any constant value, let it be c, and that we are defining it as kV. So now if this is kV, this value actually you are getting it as some constant, hence I can write this as 1 divided by kV. Hence the error, steady state error, is 1 divided by kV, that is going to come as constant. ठीक है, तो जब आप टाइप 1 सिस्टम ले रहे हैं उस केस में देखते हैं कि जब हम रैम्प इनपुट दे रहे हैं to a type 1 system, then the error that we are getting, that is equal to constant. Now again तीसरी चीज पे जाते हैं, टाइप और बढ़ा देते हैं, just take type 2 system. For type 2 system what will happen, इधर से अब समझ में आ रहा होगा चीजें. So for type 2 system here the value of kV, when you multiply for type 2 system, this value is going to be s to the power 0. Just look at this expression, or I can write it GSHS. What is kV? kV is limit s tending to 0 s multiplied by GSHS. So it will be limit s tending to 0 s multiplied by GSHS. It can be some numerators, some denominators. Important thing is how many poles are lying at the origin, because उसी से s का cancellation होगा. So for type 2 system, the number of poles lying at origin, it's going to be 2. Hence it will be s to the power something 2. यहाँ से ये cancel हो जाएगा. So you'll get something over here. Okay, when you put this limit in this equation, it's going to become 1 divided by 0, or some constant k divided by 0, and hence this value it's going to make kV value as equal to infinite. और अगर kV की value infinite हुई, that means that steady state error is 1 divided by kV for ramp input. So that will become 1 divided by infinite, or this is going to become equal to 0. Okay, so what have we observed? What have we observed in this case? In this case, we have observed that when you are applying the input as ramp input, then for that case, for type 0 system, what you got the error as infinite, whereas for type 1 system you got a constant error, and for type 2 system the error it reduced to 0. So in the same table I am writing the type, the input that we have applied, it's ramp input. So ramp input, this is 1 divided by s square. For type 0 system the error was infinite. For type 1 system, the error was 1 divided by kV. Okay, and for type 2 system, it was 0. And even for further, if you want to define for 3 or 4 also, this is going to be 0 only. Okay. Now similarly, last thing that we will define the next heading is going to be, हमने स्टैटिक पोजीशन कांस्टेंट देख लिया, स्टैटिक वेलोसिटी कांस्टेंट देख लिया. अब जो नेक्स्ट हम देखेंगे वो होगा हमारा स्टैटिक एक्सेलरेशन एरर कांस्टेंट. स्टैटिक एक्सेलरेशन एरर कांस्टेंट. So we are changing the input now. We are changing this input as parabolic one. Okay, or we'll just write it as input, we are going to take it as 1 divided by s cube. अगर एस क्यूब 1 डिवाइडेड बाई एस क्यूब हम ले रहे हैं, इसका मतलब है कि टाइम डोमेन में हम जो इनपुट ले रहे हैं दैट इज टी स्क्वायर डिवाइडेड बाई 2. So now if the input is 1 divided by s cube, then we can write the steady state so now if the input is 1 divided by s cube, then we can write the steady state error as limit s tending to 0 s multiplied by rs. Okay, rs we are taking it as 1 divided by s cube divided by 1 plus gs into hs. Okay, so this will become, this s will cancel with this one, so it will become 1 by s square, and if I substitute this, it's going to become limit s tending to 0 1 divided by s square plus s square into gs into hs. Okay, and again if we apply this limit in the expression, then it's going to become, this is going to become 1 divided by, this thing will become 0 when you put the limit, so this will become 1 divided by limit s tending to 0 s square into gs into hs, and this value, this we define it as the static acceleration constant, or we write it as 1 divided by k. So the steady state error is going to be equal to 1 divided by k. Now just the same thing that we have done for the first case, that was unit step input and unit ramp input, just do the same thing. जैसे वहाँ पे हमने type 0, 1, 2 लिया था, same thing, you apply that logic over here also. First take type 0 system, then take type 1 system, then take type 2 system. Okay, so now I am finally writing, directly writing the answers, and you can always check for it whether you are getting the same answers or not. So if I apply the input as input that we are applying it as the acceleration, okay, or 1 divided by s cube. So for type 0 system the error is going to be infinite. For type 1 system the error is again going to become equal to infinite, but for type 2 system the error is going to be some finite value, 1 divided by Ka, and for other higher type systems the error is going to be equal to 0. Okay, so this is how the error of the system, it changes with the type as well as with the input. For unit step input you should always go for, if even smallest kind of error it's not tolerable, then you should always go for type 1 system or the higher ones. But if any system, small amount of error it can be tolerated according to whatever you are getting over here, then of course you can go for type 0 system. But when you have input as ramp input, then never ever go for type 0 system. You can go for type 1 system if moderate levels of error it is possible, and for the higher type systems the error should be, you can always prefer for this one. So one thing is sure, that as you increase the type of the system, then the system's steady state error it will always decrease. जैसे जैसे टाइप ऑफ द सिस्टम इंक्रीज होता है, यहाँ पे देख सकते हैं, जैसे जैसे टाइप सिस्टम का इंक्रीज होता है, 0 होगा, 1 होगा, 2 होगा, 3 होगा, फॉर एनी इनपुट द सिस्टम्स एरर इज गोइंग टू डिक्रीज. सो यू कैन ऑलवेज गो फॉर हायर type of the system if you want to reduce the final steady state error. But when we study about stability, then you will understand that by increasing the type of the system it also affects the stability. So the stability problem comes as soon as the type of the system it increases. That poses a challenge over there. Hence there is always going to be a trade-off between the or compromise between the steady state error and the stability of the system. That's always going to be there. So you have to, as a designer, control system designer, you always need to optimize this. Another thing to remember is that the position error constant, velocity error or acceleration error that we are talking about, it means that there is going to be deviation in the output position error. Output position. Like velocity error means when the steady state is reached, then the systems will have the same velocity but finite position difference. What I mean is, like if I want to depict velocity input and the output, okay, एक ऐसा सिस्टम जहाँ पे आप इनपुट दे रहे हैं वेलोसिटी या फिर रैम्प इनपुट दे रहे हैं. So ramp input means the graph is going to look like this. Okay, then the output that I'll be getting for this system, it's going to be something like this. Okay, now here what are we defining? हम error क्या चीज़ को define कर रहे हैं? हम यहाँ पे error इन दोनों के बीच में जो पोजीशन में डिफरेंस है उसको डिफाइन कर रहे हैं. दैट मीन्स दीज टू सिस्टम्स दे आर हैविंग सेम वेलोसिटी. इसका जो स्लोप है, इस लाइन का जो स्लोप है, सेम वही स्लोप इस लाइन का है. ठीक है, बोथ द लाइन्स आर हैविंग सेम स्लोप्स. सो इट्स लाइक अगर आप दो सिस्टम्स को कंपेयर कर रहे हैं जिसमें पहले का वेलोसिटी जो है वो कंटिन्यूसली, जो पहले का वेलोसिटी है वो कांस्टेंट है, तो आपका सिस्टम जो है उसका वेलोसिटी भी कांस्टेंट ही आ रहा है, बट देयर इज द चेंज इन द पोजीशन. क्यों? क्योंकि यहाँ पे देख सकते हैं किसी भी पॉइंट पे, जैसे अगर मुझे सपोज इस पॉइंट पे चेक करना है, ठीक है, नाउ फॉर दिस आई कैन से दैट दिस वैल्यू, this position या फिर this, if this is I am depicting as CT1, okay, दोनों CT1 है and this is time T1 and this is time T2, then you can say that both the systems are having same velocity. तो velocity में कोई change नहीं है, velocity में कोई error नहीं है, but position में error है. ये जो input जो है वो अगर CT1 टाइम T1 पे रीच कर रहा है तो जो आपका CT2 है, मतलब यही सेम वैल्यू CT1 है, वो आपका जो आउटपुट है वो टाइम T2 पे रीच कर रहा है. सो देयर इज ऑलवेज ए एरर इन द पोजीशन. ओके, एंड द सेम थिंग दैट आई सेड कि जैसे जैसे आप टाइप को इंक्रीज करोगे वैसे वैसे एरर डिक्रीज होगा, बट द स्टेबिलिटी विल ऑल्सो डिक्रीज. सो देयर इज ऑलवेज ए ट्रेड ऑफ. एंड यू शुड ऑलवेज हैव, जैसे यहाँ पे देखा था हमने तीन स्टैटिक पोजीशन एरर, तीन कॉन्स्टेंट्स को डिफाइन किया. वन वाज स्टैटिक पोजीशन एरर कांस्टेंट, फॉर दैट द एरर वाज 1 डिवाइडेड बाय 1 प्लस kp. फॉर वेलोसिटी एज द इनपुट वी हैड एरर एज 1 डिवाइडेड बाय kv. फॉर एक्सेलरेशन एज द इनपुट वी हैड द एरर एज 1 डिवाइडेड बाय ka. सो higher are the values of these kp, kv and ka. इनकी वैल्यूज जितनी ज़्यादा हाई होगी उतना ज़्यादा आपका सिस्टम में एरर जो है वो कम होगा. दिस इज एरर इज गोइंग टू डिक्रीज. ओके, सो आई होप things are clear. I'll give you some numericals based on it. I'll also try to solve some numericals for you. So just go through this topic through books also and let me know if you have any doubts. Okay, thank you for now.